Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. Now, here comes a return from the 9. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. So, the Tampa Bay offense set to work for the first time in this one. They'll be led out by the quarterback now in his 4th NFL campaign.
Here we have a guy, Mike, just really coming off a tremendous outing last week. It seemed like everything was working for him in that win. The early rhythm he was able to establish, he rode that to the final whistle. They had an answer for everything the defense threw at him, and if he continues to stay one step ahead and continues to protect the ball at this rate, this is going to be a hard group to beat.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry, and he'll get this close to the first down. It's a pickup of 4, but it still leaves 3rd and short. The motion man here is Mitchell. And he's going to be brought down behind the line. This defense fired up to start the game. It'll bring up 4th down. The Buccaneers getting their punter out there. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. Now, following the punt return, we have an injured player on the field. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Here's a first carry for their running back. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They motion the slot man left. Back to throw. Quick throw, taken in, and it'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Taking off.
Well, that scramble is ultimately going to end up short of the first down, Mike, but it's going to help quite a bit. That's a great job by the quarterback, just taking what the defense gives you, get downfield, pick up good yardage.
Now they'll set up to throw. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He manages to get the throw away and completes it.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. The key to running the read option, Mike, is that the timing has to be just right. If it's too slow getting going, a lot of the times defenders can get in the backfield and cause havoc, and that's exactly what happened here.
He'll drop to throw. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. Good-looking drive, rolls on 18 more yards.
These were the chunk plays they thought they could get here against this pass defense. They thought the passing game favored their offense in this matchup, and I think we can expect this to be the case the rest of the game.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. Quick throw out wide. It's caught. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down. Tight end going in motion here. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind the line.
Just a little too much east and west there for my liking. I understand what they're trying to do, getting the ball out on the perimeter, but on these early downs, plant your foot and get downhill. Great job by the defense stringing it out, and they're able to force him down for a loss.
Quick throw here is complete. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. He'll look to throw. He's got his man right side. It's complete. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
They'll look to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Line of scrimmage remains the 4-yard line. It's 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw yet again. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
You can feel them starting to press a little bit, especially with this passing game. They find themselves so close to the end zone, they got to get it over the goal line. You got to be...
He's got his big tight end for the score. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7 0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. His drive will start on the ground, and he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds. You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. He gains nothing. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. The motion man here is Mitchell. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
And I like the idea of moving the pocket. It makes it harder for the defense to rush the passer, but you have to account for the end man on the line of scrimmage. And that guy's job is to set an edge. Nobody gets outside of me. In this case, the quarterback. You've got to be better protecting your edges anytime you put your quarterback on the move.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The home team's offense, ready to see what they can do on their second possession. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Quickly to the outside and complete.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
To the tight end, and he fits it in on the corner route. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. Think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll look to throw again. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. Now we get whistles. Time has run out. The first quarter has come to an end. So after one, 7-0 is our score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Back to the air one more time. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have 2 or 3 that can all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here. This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
He's going to keep it himself, and he will get into the end zone. Touchdown. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Here's the Tampa Bay offense. They're going to take over once more. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. They'll look to set up the screen here. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
3rd and a yard. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
1st down, Buccaneers.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on third down. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. They'll throw out of the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting fourth down decision. He's going to try to get this himself. It's a pickup of 12 as they wind up converting on fourth down.
Man, when it works well, the zone read is a thing of beauty. It just adds another dimension to this offense, and if the defense doesn't get a better plan, they're going to continue to do it all day.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal. Now they'll set up to throw. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we'll see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
That's hauled in at the 2. And he's close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him short, put him down at the 1. Looking for that final yard. It's third and goal. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front, and he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. They're out there to block most of the time, but Greg, great reward for the fullback to carry it in for the touchdown.
Not every team in the league even carries a fullback, but man, if you have one on your roster, Mike, not many better places to use him than down here on the goal line.
The extra point, up and good. And the Buccaneers are on the board. It's now 14-7. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. The home team's offense ready to take over once more. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Look wide, get this one complete. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards.
Man, what a big-time play here by the corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You can see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
It's first down, and they'll run. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
Quick throw, taken in. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Try to pick this one up on the ground. They'll bring him down right at the 35, but that is good enough. They pick up the first down. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. Greg and I continue in just a moment. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Slot receiver headed right. He'll drop to throw. This one complete right side. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Quick throw here is complete. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on first down. Couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down. They'll look to throw. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike. How well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard.
And he's going to have the first down. They convert on 3rd, and it sets up a 1st and goal. They'll look to throw yet again. And he'll take it on in. Has a touchdown.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the 4th quarter in 2-minute mode. Now let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
Extra point try by Bucs. He knocks it through. And his guys will take a 21-7 lead. Seven seconds, all that remains, till halftime. And the kick is away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. Back to throw here to begin the drop. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. So we come to halftime in this 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And it's the home side who have the lead as they play the second quarter. The Caps looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore. Check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. The Eagles locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position, instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Receiver in motion, going right. Here's a run to begin this third quarter. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's second and 9. He'll look to throw. Looking middle of the field, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
From the gun, here's a handoff. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game off.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
At the 23-yard line.
Slot man in motion left. Thrown left side, the catch is made.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
There's that man again, another catch.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down. From the 1, second and goal. He'll try to run this one in. And he's going to go backwards. Taken down at the 6.
You find yourself as a play caller saying, all right, I only got to get 1 yard and I got multiple plays to do it. What you don't plan for is all of a sudden you're going to go backwards, and it changes the entire approach and, frankly, the entire play call sheet that you have to draw from.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end, doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away. Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense, settling for too many field goals.
The Bucs offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. And the struggles in the running game continue. They take him down behind the line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Little short pass here, caught by his tight end.
Well, you know, Mike, if I had to guess, I'd say that's probably not what they had in mind when they called that play, but those guys on defense, it felt like they knew what was coming from the start, and they got to him in a hurry.
3rd and long. Now they'll set up the screen to Mitchell out wide.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
Kicking time for the Bucs. They'll punt it away. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The home team's offense starting to trot out for this next possession. As we look back at some of the highlights of this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Now here's a keeper on the zone read. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
So, Mike, at the core of a successful zone read play is that the quarterback understands which defender is he responsible for. That is the defender they're trying to put in a bind. In this case, he chooses the runner. The quarterback pulls the ball, and he's able to take off for a big gain.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Now this time they'll look to throw. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hands, and results in a completion.
A gain of 11 on that one. And that will be a 1st down. His throw left side is complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They motion the slot man left. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and So far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
And they've got it at the 19-yard line. They're into the red zone and still on the march. First down picked up. Now this looks like a design run. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him. And will bring up 3rd down. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And he's in for the touchdown. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Pass now for the extra point. The kick is good. And his guys will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. This is fielded inside the 5. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Buccaneers offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Throwing over the middle. This one is complete. And he's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. 2nd and a yard.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the 4th quarter.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. This crowd hoping for a challenge, and they're going to get their wish. The red flag is on the field. So the challenge is not successful, and that will cost them the first of their 3 timeouts for the half. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Back to the air one more time. That's caught. It's Mitchell. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down. Out of the gun, he'll throw. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
8-yard pickup. And the Buccaneer first down.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. He'll get this one to his safety valve, complete. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At the 12-yard line.
Back to throw. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
Quick throw, taken in. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll throw out of the gun. That is caught. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
2nd and goal at the 1-yard line.
They send the tight end in motion. He'll drop to throw. That is caught by the tight end. Touchdown, Tampa. Touchdown here in the 4th quarter, Greg. They have a big mountain to climb, but at least they're technically still alive in this one.
And now, Mike, we're going to see them line up to go for 2. They're going to see if they can get this lead down to 16 points and still give them a chance to fight back here late in the 4th quarter.
That's pulled in, and they're able to tack on the 2-point conversion. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Now a give up the middle. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground. Finding room across midfield. A big run. They finally get to him and bring him down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. 1st and 10. He'll work forward only to about the 18. 2nd down and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
They'll stick with him again. And he's going to be taken down.
What a great run down here inside the red zone, Mike. It's so important that you still can run the ball. Great job here by the back. I thought for a minute he was going to score. He gets it all the way down inside the 1, and I wouldn't be surprised if they let him finish this drive off.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That one taken in for the score. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
No problem there on the extra point, and his guys are able to extend the lead. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Buccaneers offense about ready to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. To the left side, that's caught by Mitchell. On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. And this throw batted away and incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. That is intercepted. And this defense comes through with the turnover.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
This offense ready for their next possession, led by their running back. And they're looking to get back to their winning ways after the loss in Week 2. They'd go to 2-1 if they can hold on here. This drive starts with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Up the middle they go. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
And this time they are ready for him. He'll be thrown for a loss. No big gain that carry. It's 2nd down.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
And they'll stop it. At least it's an improvement over the last play. They're not losing yardage, but they didn't gain any here. And now it's going to be 3rd down. So the fans going to head home happy. It's a win for the hometown squad. They're able to build on the solid performance of a week ago. And they make it 2 in a row with the victory here in this one.